Are you looking at this girl or the shadow of what's left of her? For more than 100 unbearable hours, she was trapped inside a single room, isolated, terrified, and completely at the mercy of someone who refused to let her go. Negotiators waited outside the door, police surrounded the building, cameras captured every second live, yet no one truly knew what was happening behind that one closed door. And then, the moment authorities finally made their move, everything collapsed in a single heartbeat. So the story begins on October 13, 2008, Santo André, São Paulo. A small apartment in the Vila Pimentel favela. 3 girls and 2 boys gathered for a school project. Eloá Pimentel, 15, sat on the floor with her notebook. Nayara da Silva, her best friend, next to her. The others, 2 boys from the neighborhood, laughed about the assignment. It was a Monday afternoon, the kind of ordinary day that starts with homework and ends with dinner, until the door splintered open. A man burst in, gun in hand. Lindenberg Alves, 22, Eloa's ex-boyfriend. He had been waiting outside the building for hours. He waved the pistol, the boys ran. Nayara froze. Eloa looked up, eyes wide. Lindenberg locked the door behind him. And just like that, the ordinary day ended. To understand how a school project turned into 100 hours of terror, you have to go back to how Lindenberg entered Eloa's life in the first place. The boy who wouldn't leave. Eloá Pimentel was born in 1993 in Santo André, a working-class suburb south of São Paulo. She grew up in the Vila Pimentel favela, one of those tight-knit neighborhoods where everyone knows your name, but the streets are narrow and the options feel even narrower. Her family wasn't rich. Her mother worked cleaning houses. Her father drove a truck. Eloá was the middle child with an older brother and younger sister. She loved school, not for the grades, but for the escape. She dreamed of being a lawyer or a teacher, something that would get her out of the favela without forgetting where she came from. At 12, she was already tall for her age, with long dark hair and a laugh that filled the room. She spent afternoons playing soccer with the neighborhood kids or helping her mom with dinner. Life was simple, until Lindenberg Alves showed up. Lindenberg was 19 when he first spotted Eloa. He lived a few blocks away. He was the kind of guy who hung around the corner store, smoking and talking big. Eloa, walking home from school one day, started following her. At first it was little things, waving from across the street, asking her name. Eloa was polite. She was 12. Adults were supposed to be safe. Lindenberg told her he was a musician, that he played guitar in a band. He said she was pretty, that she had eyes like stars. Eloa smiled and kept walking, but he didn't stop. By the time Eloa was 13, Lindenberg was showing up at her school gate every day. He'd wait for hours, leaning against the wall, smoking a cigarette. If she took a different route home, he'd find her. He started calling her house at night. Her mother would tell him to leave Eloa alone. He'd hang up and call back 5 minutes later. Eloa started avoiding the corner store. She told her friends he was creepy, but she was too young to know what to do about it. A 13-year-old girl's stalker didn't make the list. At 14, Eloa tried dating other boys. Lindenberg found out. He showed up at her school with a knife, threatened the boy. Eloa broke it off. Lindenberg said that meant they were back together. She said no. He said yes. The cycle started. Arguments, tears, makeup calls. At 2 a.m., Eloa's family begged her to get a restraining order. She said it would make things worse. She was 14. She thought she could handle it. By 15, the relationship was over for good. Eloa had Nayara as her best friend. They planned sleepovers, school projects, dreams of leaving the favela together. Lindenberg couldn't accept it. He left notes on her door, flowers with no name, texts that said, "You're mine." Eloa blocked his number. He got a new phone. She changed hers. He found the new one. Her mother confronted him in the street. He laughed and walked away. The day the door broke. October 13th, 2008. 3:30 p. Eloa's apartment. The school project was almost done. Nayara was packing her bag to go home. The 2 boys joked about the teacher. Eloa laughed. Then the door flew open. Wood-splintered Lindenberg stood there, pistol in his right hand, eyes wild. He pointed it at the ceiling and fired once. The room froze. The boys bolted for the window. Nayara screamed. Eloa stood up, hands out. Lindenberg, what are you doing? He locked the door, released the boys out the back, looked at Eloa and Nayara. I'm here to talk. You're not leaving until we do. The siege had begun. The first hours. Lindenberg paced the living room, gun in hand. He told Nayara to sit on the sofa, Eloa on the floor next to her. He sat in the armchair across from them, talked for hours about how Eloa broke his heart, how she dated other boys, how she ignored his calls. Eloa tried to reason, it's over. We were kids. He shook his head. You're mine. Nayara stayed silent, eyes on the door. Outside, neighbors heard the shot, called police. By 4 p.m., the street was cordoned off. SWAT, the gate unit, arrived with snipers on rooftops. Megaphones started. Lindenberg, this is the police. Come out with your hands up. He ignored them. Turned on the TV, watched the news crews set up. By evening, the story was live on ReD TV and Globo. The whole country watched. Nayara convinced him to let her go. She promised to come back. He let her. She walked out, hands up. Police took her statement. She said Eloa was scared. Lindenberg was ranting. They sent Nayara back in to de-escalate. She re-entered, the door locked behind her. The brutality wasn't just the gun. It was the isolation, the hunger, the endless talking. Eloa stopped eating. Nayara forced her to drink water. Lindenberg paced, sweated. The TV stayed on. The world watched. The raid, October 17, day 5 p.m., negotiators heard a gunshot inside. Lindenberg later said he fired at the ceiling to show he was serious. Police said it was a warning shot from him. Gate moved in. Flashbangs. Door breached. Officers flooded the room. Lindenberg fired. 2 bullets hit Eloa, 1 in the head, 1 in the chest. Officers tackled Lindenberg, cuffed him, dragged him out. Eloa lay on the floor, blood pooling. Nayara screamed for help. The hospital, the last hour's paramedics rushed Eloa to Santa Marcelina Hospital. Doctors worked for hours. Brain activity flatlined, spinal cord severed. She was kept on life support overnight. October 18, 2:30 a.m. The machines were turned off. Eloá Pimentel was gone. Her organs saved 6 lives. Heart, lungs, liver, pancreas, kidneys, corneas. It was the only part of her they could give back to the world. 100 hours. A girl who wanted to be a lawyer ended up a headline. The video of that final rush is out there. I won't show it. It's too raw, too fast. If you need to see it, search for it yourself. But know this, the last sound on that footage is a mother's scream from outside the door. The apartment was cleared. Lindenberg was booked. But the questions didn't stop. How did a stalker walk into a home with a gun? Why did the media call the girls during a siege? Who fired first in that room? Lindenberg was in custody, charged with attempted murder, false imprisonment, and illegal possession of a firearm. The charges were upgraded to murder when Eloa died. The investigation piecing together 100 hours, Santo Andre Police Department took the lead. They interviewed Nayara first. She described the 5 days. Lindenberg's endless talking, the gun always in sight, how he fired at the ceiling to scare them, how he shot when the police came in. They searched the apartment, bullet holes in the ceiling from the warning shot, food wrappers on the floor, the sofa where the girls slept, the TV tuned to the news channel. Lindenberg's gun, a .38 revolver, was recovered from his belt. Fingerprints on the trigger. Ballistics matched the bullets in Eloa and Nayara. Lindenberg's statement. He said he went to talk. He said the gun was for show. He said he fired at the police in self-defense. He said he didn't mean to hit Eloa. The police didn't believe him. The video from the raid showed him aiming at the girls. Eloa's family gave statements. They talked about the stalking, the calls at night, the knife incident at school, the notes on the door. The police added stalking charges to the list. The media companies were investigated too. ReD TV and Globo, their live calls were called reckless. Prosecutors said the interviews put the girls in danger. The host who called was charged with endangering lives. The case went to court. She was fined 1.5 million reals for moral damages. The station paid it. But the damage to the family's trust was permanent. The trial, February 13th to 16th, 2012. Lindenberg, now 26, in a gray suit, judge on the bench, 4 days. Prosecutors presented the video of the raid. Nayara testified. She said Lindenberg fired first. She said he aimed at Eloa. The defense said the police fired first. Said Lindenberg panicked. Said he loved Eloa. The jury heard the live TV call, heard Eloa's small voice. They deliberated for 6 hours. Guilty on all counts: murder, attempted murder, false imprisonment, illegal firearm possession. Sentence, 98 years and 10 months. In Brazil, the max is 30 years. He serves it now in a prison in São Paulo. Current status, November 2025. Lindenberg has appealed 3 times. All denied. He is eligible for progressive regime in 2028, house arrest if behavior is good. The family opposes it. The civil suit against the media is closed. The payout went to charity in Eloa's name. No criminal charges against the police for the raid. An internal review said the gunshot was from Lindenberg. The family doesn't believe it. The case is open in their hearts. The Netflix doc from 2025 brought it back. Viewers flooded X with "Justice for Eloa." The family watched it. Salamandra said it was hard, but necessary. A 15-year-old girl called out for Jesus in her last phone call, but the family's pain didn't end with the gavel. The courthouse doors closed on February 16, 2012. Lindenberg Alves was led away in handcuffs. The family left with the sentence on paper, but the weight on their shoulders stayed. The cameras packed up, the reporters moved on to the next story, but for Eloa's mother, the story never ended. She still hears the gunshot in her dreams. The aftermath wasn't just about the trial. It was about the lives that kept going without Eloa, and the changes that came too late for her, but might save someone else. The family that lost more than one person. Eloa's mother never went back to cleaning houses full-time. The money from the civil suit against the media helped, but it didn't fill the empty room in the apartment. She started speaking at schools, telling girls about Lindenberg's stalking, how it started with a smile and ended with a gun. Nayara da Silva, the girl who went back in, moved away from Santo André. She changed her number, stopped skating. She gave one interview in 2015, said she still has nightmares about the flashbangs. The family set up a small foundation in Eloa's name. They teach teen girls how to spot stalkers, how to report them, how to say no and mean it. The community that couldn't look away, the favela, never forgot. Every October, they light candles at the apartment building. Kids who weren't even born in 2008 know the story. They call it the day the TV killed a girl. The roller skating groups Eloa loved still meet. They dedicate one song per session to her. Something upbeat, like the ones she danced to. The media coverage became a case study in journalism schools. Students watch the clips, see the mistakes, the live calls that put the girls in danger. The host who treated it like a talk show, Red TV, lost advertisers for months. Globo issued an apology in 2009. The Brazilian Senate passed a bill in 2010. No more live interviews during hostage crises. It's called the Eloá Law. It changed how police and media work together. No more phones to the hostage taker. No more ratings over lives. The lessons that could have saved her, LOL, was 12 when Lindenberg started following her. That was the first red flag. Age gap, persistent. Parents should have called police then. Told the school, got a restraining order, but in the favela, police are for big crimes, not boy trouble. Lesson 1, stalking is a crime. Report it early, write down every call, every note, every time he shows up. Tell an adult. Tell a friend. Don't wait for it to get worse. Lesson 2, if it's happening, have a plan. Code word for family. Extra phone, hidden, know the emergency number. In Brazil, it's 190 for police. Eloa didn't have that. She had a school project. Lesson 3, media can hurt. The live calls made Lindenberg feel important. He watched the TV, saw his name. It kept him going. Now, reporters, stay back. No microphones until it's over. The call to act. If you're in a relationship with someone who won't leave you alone, tell someone today. A teacher, a parent, a hotline. In Brazil, 180 for domestic violence. In the US, 1-800-799-SAFE. Don't wait for the door to break. If this story made you think, share it. If it made you angry, like it. If you want more stories that could save lives, subscribe. Eloa's light went out in that apartment, but her warning keeps shining.